We're going to do some damage testing on the brand new epic artifact. It's the most powerful epic artifact out of all the epics. It might be even more powerful than some legendary artifacts. So we're going to go in here with Sigrid, and then we're going to test it on Varesh. Because what this artifact does is give you 8 attack for every 1 accuracy you have. It's not only amazing to do the most damage out of every single epic artifact, it also allows you to apply your debuffs without worry, because you're going to have really high accuracy. Every point of accuracy goes 8 attack, plus you get 72 accuracy and you get 250 attack. Now off of this gear here, where it gives me additional attack for critical damage, this is doing the most damage over this gear here, which would give us, we'll test it. We'll just show you right now. Let me show you the numbers with this set and with this artifact. Look at the critical rate, the crit number on her ultimate ability. Here we go. We're going to have Varesh apply decreased defense. And then we're going to look at the damage number. 123,000. Now, we're going to change gear to see if this other gear set is better, just to see which gear set's going to work best for us, because there's only a few. There's like 4 different ones. The other 2 we're not too worried about. This one gives us the additional attack. The one we're going to change it to gives us additional, it should give us 50% additional damage because we have really high attack. With all this attack, right, we should do 50% additional damage. And I even tried more attack and my numbers didn't change. So I'm pretty sure we're at 200% of whatever these guys' attack are. And we're on stage 9. So we should be doing max damage. And I really thought with 50% additional damage, because this is giving us so much attack with all of the accuracy we have. We have 348, plus we've got 50 from our elemental advantage. So let's just say 400 times 8. That gives us 3,200 additional attack. That's why this thing is more powerful than any artifact I've seen. And again, I'm going to put it up against some legendaries tomorrow on stream. We'll test it then. So let's see what it does now. Let's see what kind of damage we get just from Sigrid with this artifact set and the same new artifact on. You would think, and I thought really with 50% additional damage, this is going to hit harder than the one that's only giving us 4 additional attack. Here we go. It doesn't. 110 versus 123,000. So that's pretty interesting. So I went back. Let's go back to that gear now that we know which gear is going to hit harder. The only other gear we could test out is the gear that ignores 20% defense. And we definitely don't want to play that gear on the Vortex boss, because the Vortex boss has very little defense from what I've seen from other seasons. But maybe Ancient Battlefield to ignore some defense there would be really nice. He gets a defense buff and he also has pretty high defense. And then I'm sure the in-game boss, whatever we have at the end of the season, will do really well with that gear set. Okay, so we're back with this gear set that gives us 4 attack, every 1 critical damage, the one where we hit the most, and we hit for 123,000. And she does like 53% of overall damage. And we've got good gear on everybody else. Same gear, we're not using the mythic pieces, which if you don't know what those are, we'll do a video on all the different mythic pieces. They're a 1 set piece. And for just having 1 on, you get a really cool bonus. But they're very, very hard to farm. And we're going to do a video on having to farm those, like what the RNG numbers are to farm those babies. It's hard. And to farm the ones you want, it's even harder. So now we're going to change our artifact. We're going to go over here to the horseshoe. Now the horseshoe is giving us 60 crit rate, critical damage, which I thought with 60 critical damage in this set on, with giving us 4 attack for every critical damage, plus the additional critical damage, I was like, okay, this has to be kind of on par with the current artifact we have. Let's check it out. Let's see what her critical damage is going to be on her ultimate, and it's always the same. There's no variation in numbers when you have a 100% chance to crit, or whenever you crit, it's always the same number. So here we're going to crit 86. 86 versus 123? Wow. That's huge. Like really huge. Now we're going to get a attack speed increase, so overall damage might not be as bad as that, but it's going to be pretty bad. If the difference of 86,000 to 123,000, that's massive. Now let's put the eyeball on her. Now she's going to do her ultimate. Her ultimate is the only thing getting additional damage. We get 20% bonus damage to the ultimate. Keep that in mind. So even if it were to be a higher number, and it's not going to be, that would only be for the ultimate. Remember, that 123 that she's hitting for, she's hitting max damage all the time because that attack is so high. So all of her hits are doing crazy numbers. Only 100,000. We're missing 23,000. That artifact is insane. Not only will it give you the most damage, but it will make sure that you apply your debuffs. So Sigrid is always applying. Let's go over here. She's always applying her 2 debuffs, attack down and heal block, because she's got 318 plus her 50 from the Psyche Core. So she didn't have quite 400. We could get her there if we want to. We've got crit rate gloves with accuracy, 3 hits into it. We've got crit rate critical damage, no accuracy here. Crit rate critical damage, again, no accuracy, which we could go for accuracy. Accuracy is far more important than something like attack. 35 attack is just 35 attack. 35 accuracy is 35 times 8, which I have to do it over here on the calculator. That's 280 additional attack. So yes, we want that accuracy. Like this 27 accuracy is quite big. So any kind of additional hits on accuracy like this, 3 hits into accuracy is just huge. So huge. Plus we're applying our debuffs and we are doing insane damage with her. Now somebody like Varesh or Zarloth, we'll give him a different artifact. We'll give him the eyeball so he actually gets some attack here. We got attack percentage as well as attack. We're not worried about the additional damage that his ultimate's going to do because he heals off of his max attack, not off of the actual damage he's doing. 70% of his max attack. But this will give him more attack. Plus we have attack. We have accuracy on this one to land our debuffs. We have attack on this rune, attack percentage gloves, and attack percentage chest piece to get his attack as high as possible. Just like we would play Varesh. So we're not looking at anybody else right now. What I want to see is the healing that Varesh is doing. 3,768 off of basic. And let's see what the ultimate ticks for. Same, right? It's anytime he does damage, it's off of his attack. So it's 3,768. I don't know why we were waiting for the ultimate. 3,768. Let's see what we bring that up to with new artifact on him. What's this artifact called? Where are you? This one. The slingshot. Okay. Rascal's slingshot. Equip this bad boy. Now our 327 accuracies and, giving us that insane amount of attack. Now we've got more accuracy to land his debuffs. We don't have Witch's Remains on him. We can't put both artifacts. So if you didn't want to play him with Witch's Remains, this could be an option. Maybe you've got Zarloth on a team and you've got somebody else to apply Witch's Remains and you want to make sure that Zarloth hits harder and heals more, or that Varesh does that going through some kind of content. You never know. Or you might want to heal more and hit harder in Arena. That could be an option as well. So this is going to make sure we hit much harder. And now we're healing for 5,148, I think it was. Versus 3,000, let's say 800. Yeah, 5,150 before we had 3,850, somewhere around there. I can't remember all the numbers. I know it's only been a few seconds, but it is an increase. It doesn't look like that big of an increase because we're only healing off of 70% of our overall attack. So it's not a huge number. Just like Zarloth, his number is not huge. He does 300% attack every 4th attack for Zarloth on the basic, but his ultimate only does like 30% of his overall attack because he's hitting so many times. And then if he hits more targets, it does like 15% more healing. But both, we do see an increase, and we definitely would see an increase, a spike in his damage overall. But you saw it with Sigrid. I mean, there's no more that we need to test with Sigrid. From the old artifacts, from the old way we used to play all the other artifacts you can think of, from the eye down to the horseshoe to anything else, we know that this artifact now, this newest one, is the most powerful out there. So be ready to pick it up. Be ready to level it up. Go ahead and level it up right away for your progress in Season 3 to start out. From level 1, level that bad boy out. Any hero is going to get a big boost, especially heroes like Sigrid that are going to apply debuffs along with doing massive amount of damage. It's just too damn good. Let me know your thoughts on this new artifact down below. Sorry if I'm a little crazy right now. I'm all hyped up. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all in a video soon.